Well, hello everyone and welcome to another video. It's me, Solomon. Good to have you here. We're actually going to be talking a little bit about the, well, not about the banners that are currently active, and I just did a single pull, and I actually got a free character. I was kind of, a little bit kind of baffled, to be honest with you, that we finally got a collab character after all this time. But yeah, no, I got Takane Louis, one of the first collab characters in the game. That's kind of ace, in my opinion. Oh, hold on. I might need a second. It seems my game, yeah, hold on. Yeah, I was loading up the game from my phone just so I can download just so I can download the game, but we just got her, so, I hope it's still around. That would kind of suck if I didn't get it. But yeah, no, she's 6 years. That's kind of wild. It's pretty neat. I don't remember if she was any good. She does have a pretty interesting, at least, I've had her weapon for, like, ages now. She's pretty cool. Pretty cute. I wish she had gotten a passive... Oh, she does actually have SS Plus gear. So that's pretty good. So she's actually one of the first ones that actually has to have SS Plus gear, which is good. I might be able to get her a bit more, because I do believe she's actually the only one I can actually get, like, to max out, because she's the first one I believe released. Nene wasn't, or she's the first one I got, like, at one point, but, now, setting that aside, let's talk about banners, right? So, we actually got, again, lots and lots of banners to go over. We also, I'm actually gonna be checking out the channel real quick to just double check. I do believe we're getting a Twin Heavier live stream, or we already got one, and I'm waiting on them to talk a little bit about the upcoming character release. So be on the lookout for that. It might have something to do with, like, the small Victoria. We are definitely looking into a Shadowfest character, of course, as well. Since this, again, that's that time already. I was very surprised we actually got a collab as well. We got, like, a collab this soon already. And obviously it's Hololive, because that's the most consistent collabs we've had. So we've got, overall, 3 revivals at this point. I was not expecting Laplace to actually make it back this early. But the fact that we actually got Takane Louis is kind of neat. I think Lapis Darkness was probably one of the more interesting characters. She's not bad. So we'll see if we can find a use on her. But we do have this Yukime Lamy, which is pretty neat. But setting this up, we also have a double troll banner, which I believe is actually better than some other banners, I believe. Let me check the probabilities. I believe, yeah, it's 0.69, 0.69. This is probably one of the better banners. This is a 1.6% chance of getting the character, so it's a 33% chance of you getting it on SSR and on SS character, which of course I think is better than the other stuff. I've talked plenty on these 2 characters. I know them very well. I believe, in my opinion, Zeta is nice. She's kind of like a bit of a booster character. Delta is just straight up really strong on her own. She is probably my most consistent DPS in my team. If I was gonna get somebody else, I would probably get, honestly, a bit of a booster, which would literally be anybody else. We will be testing them out. I don't know how exactly far we're going to be testing them out. There's really not much I can really say or do for them. But if anything, I do believe, like, these 2 characters were pretty nice. Obviously, Delta has probably, like, the highest damage potential, in my opinion. Zeta has not necessarily super bad, but she, again, is a bit of a... Again, it's a booster. She kind of makes everybody else do more damage. She cancels bluff effects, which is kind of not bad. I didn't even realize that. Inflicts poison, which is pretty good. It's better if you have that on A1 at least, or not A1, but whatever that one is. Yeah, further increases damage to yellow elemental by 100% if target is yellow, so this is kind of very important. So this does double damage if you have it on... Let me see, skill... Target practice... Oh, we can normal attack, hold on. it does boost up the damage like quite a bit. By approximately, it's 20%, it's 30%, 30%, and then another 50%. So it's like over doubles it pretty much. So it's just 200% versus 100%. So it doubles the damage on the normal attack, so it's pretty good. So this is really, really important, I think. But again, you always have like the second slot unlocked, so you have dual passives at least, which I think is probably like the best thing you can have for that. But again, she basically just guarantees crit on everybody else on the party. She's pretty much like a really great version of a it is actually like she pairs well with Delta. She is kind of like a crit booster versus crit damage on all allies. Is pretty good. And then receivable damage to all enemies. I think this is better if you have it on this one because it's 5 hits. Target practice on all allies. Yeah, this is definitely better. Target practice is probably the best skill for this one. Let's see. Target practice is, I think, number 2. This is probably like one of the more important ones because it literally doubles your damage on this on usage. This one's also really important. 30 is number important. Awakened Hint technique is always important, just because of damage output. But setting this aside, again, she's more of a booster. She's really good. I wish I had somebody else because again, she deals decent, acceptable damage. But again, she's more of a booster. If you want like somebody else that has more of a possibly like usability, again, in my opinion, Delta's probably better, at least for just solo damage. But she can boost up your entire party's potential. But setting that aside, since I already know those characters, I think, again, Zeta's a booster, Delta's like a solo DPSer, basically. She deals like a ton of damage. I believe she also, I say solo DPSer, but I believe her skills are actually AoE, from my understanding. Yeah, hold on. No, it's single target, but it does hit 3 times, so it's like really high. Because it recovers her own HP once by 200% of attack. But setting that aside, let's actually talk about the Bunnygirls, because I think this is probably like where most people are going to crumble a little bit under the pressure. They are actually only 100 wholesome from the looks of things, so this is kind of new. Event release character celebration, so you're guaranteed her at 100, so that's actually not too bad. You can actually get another guaranteed on the second one, which I think is pretty good. I don't know what the odds are or what rate up characters this is, but I do believe this is only her. Since you already get a weapon for free, pretty much, you can just have to like do 100 pulls. In my opinion, this revival banner is kind of really just typically terrible. The revival selection banners are always really bad, and that's because they only have like a 0.69% chance. Oh, actually, this is 1%. It's 2% chance, so it's actually not too bad. So it's 2%, but every other character that's old. Clever Bunny Beta is like 0.02%, 0.024%. I do believe. Is it just her? No, I believe it's her and Alexia as well. Yeah, so it's a 0.024%, so you basically cannot get them other than from the Battle Pass, and at that point you might as well just get the Battle Pass. And it's much cheaper at that point. But again, let's talk a little bit about these characters, because again, I wasn't expecting the amount of like characters there was in this endeavor. I do believe they're not bad. There's obvious replacements for them, other than like Yukime being like the to-go-to, the possibly new best in slot tank slot for therianthropes. I will mention this, by the way. Alpha is kind of a bit of a wild card in my opinion. Not necessarily because she does like easy damage, but because her kit basically makes her a therianthrope without actually being a therianthrope, which is really weird. But setting that aside, let's see what he actually does. Recovers HP, it's typical for healers. Cancels 3 debuff effects, so that's pretty good. It doesn't actually say specific debuffs. I just realized I've paused the video. God, that's brilliant. Okay. I have no idea where this got cut off, but let's actually talk. Again, Apparently, I've been losing my mind for like 20 minutes. Okay, I have no idea where we started, but break things down. Zeta, Zeta, Delta. That confused the fuck out of me. Well, at least I kind of brought down my entire thoughts down. Like it's gonna be a little bit faster video. But Zeta booster, Delta, TLDR is a hell of a single target DPS. Alpha probably best in slot support. She has better equipment. She has better booster abilities for like specific therianthropes. Make sure to get a weapon because otherwise she's basically useless. And doesn't add anything to the team at that point. Well, she adds stuff to the team. The problem is she doesn't boost her team about an extra 25% damage increase. So make sure to get her weapon. It's kind of like the biggest thing. Second thing, don't summon under Revival Banner unless you want the characters. Again, in my opinion, probably some of the weirdly harshest usable characters in the game. Then we have, if we go to the... my mouth is kind of definitely drier than I expected. But if we go through Bush and Festival, again, I do apologize if this video kind of does not make any sense. I was not expecting to actually click the pause button on my button on my mouse. Sometimes it happens. I'm a little bit tired. It is what it is. But setting that aside, God, my mouth is really dry. But setting that aside, God, it kind of drags me to the brain. Elizabeth. In my opinion, probably one of the kind of more niche characters in the game. Can use her, don't want to use her. Should you summon on her? It's up to you. I'm not your dad. That's kind of like the biggest takeaway. As I said before in the previous one when I first summoned on this banner, she is definitely an interesting character. Aurora is definitely stronger as a tank, but she's definitely again niche with the needing bleeders essentially. That's kind of her like her caveat. She like needs a bleed team essentially. And Elizabeth needs the same. She can be used in like higher tiers of PvP, but then you also need other characters with her that I do not have, so I don't recommend her personally because she's again very niche for higher quality and PvP. If you have other opinions, let me know in the comments below. But I don't think she's necessarily worth it. For newer players, definitely not worth it. But setting those aside, since we actually give our thoughts fairly fast. Again, second thing. Definitely, you should probably get her weapon or her skills. I believe. Let me see. Is it this one? No, I believe it's you actually unlock her. No, actually, she's fine on her own. And she's fine on her own. I do think. Is it her? Yeah, no. So, I did talk a little bit about Zeta Delta Banner. One thing to kind of note, if you want Zeta to kind of have her full potential, you need to unlock the target practice skill too, because it actually boosts her damage by 100% if they're yellow elemental, which is kind of important. That is on A2, I believe. Yeah, right here. Yeah, so she's awakening too. Kind of be aware of that. That's kind of like the biggest thing. It's probably the most important things that she has in her kit. For Alpha, her kit is really good overall. She's just damage booster. It's definitely better if you have her like every character like A5 or whatever, but that's just kind of how characters are. She's usable regardless of that. They're just going to do way more damage as the higher things they go by a significant amount, obviously, like 60%, maybe even like 40% on certain other prospects of her kit. But most of her abilities are fine. They're not necessarily locked behind like Awakening 2s or whatever, such as Zeta's, which I actually was not aware of personally. But setting that aside, next up, we will be talking about Yukime, which I have not discussed on my what I called Talking to My Demons session. But setting that aside, let's talk about this character. I know a lot of people have been talking about this. I know many people have things to discuss about her. Is she worth it? Is what most people want to ask. And honestly, damn. All I'm saying is they cook with these bunny girls a lot. They look chef's kiss. But let's actually check her kit. Recovers HP of all allies by 100%. Raises damage further raises detect by therianthropes by number of therianthropes, so up to 50% versus compared to 40%. So it's not super crazy. So that's fine as it is. Is that the first one they unlocked? No, it's not. The second one, so that's kind of mediocre. Leave It to Heaven. That's very important, actually. That is very, very important. That's interesting. Is Leap of Heaven the first one? No. So the third one. It's definitely important. This is definitely super important. So this is definitely gonna like shave at your willpower a little bit, but it's not unobtainable. Theoretically speaking, since you can get one of copy of her from this, you only have to go to 200 to guarantee her at 3. That's kind of rough. It's doable. It's actually doable. That's definitely doable. Definitely costly, but it's definitely very important. Raises defense of allies by 30%, and raises damage inflicted by 30% is like the second thing you get. So the damage reduction is kind of fine. It also raises hidden technique damage inflicted for all allies with 150% damage of ally with highest attack by 100%. That's stupidly crazy, actually. That makes sense what she has that on the second one. This is really important, actually. Yeah, this is extremely important. That skill, that you need this skill. Because it basically doubles the amount of damage you do. Yeah, no, that's kind of crazy. Doubles the amount of damage and then increases damage by 30% on top of that, by the way. Like, it's an 80% damage boost from like things, right? That's pretty good. Unrefined person. Oh, wow, they really did that. That's the first one, right? That's not bad. That's definitely important. That's not bad. You're gonna get it with the first one. So that's not too bad. You literally just get there for free. That damage boost is not bad. Because it cancels buffs, which I think is really, really important. It goes from 1 buff to 3 buffs, so that's extremely important. Triples the potential on the damage cancellation, or the buff cancellation. So this is important. This is really good. Further lowers attack by 30% for 10 seconds. Dazzling Party Girl. Or Dazzling Fox Girl. Ooh! They're throwing this in here. They're throwing this in here again. That's really good. Damn. So, in order to make up for them throwing away the other Yukime, what they did is they threw in here a instantaneous gain 300 SP. That's crazy. So this is the revival of in my opinion, probably one of the best characters in the game. For instantaneous kills, they're returning the return of the Tank Queen herself. Whatchamacallit, Beatrix. I still use her. People will shit on her because they think she's bad. But if you want to clear a fight really fast and like early on, she will help you instantly boost your character by 500 SP. But that skill is better on Yukime. The reason behind it is because she has like a fuck ton of other attacks on top of it. That's crazy though. This is a passive, but let's see. At the start of the wave, raise its own defense by 10%, multiplied by the number of therianthropes in party. So upwards of 50% for the entire match. Then recovers SP if partied by 300 for all allies. That's cooked, actually. That's fucking amazing. It's the return and the improvement of that skill. She absolutely shits on her. Holy shit. She is an instantaneous booster for everybody in your party. She will make everybody in your party instantly, and I mean this literally. She will help your party instantly boost your damage. That's kind of strong, though. That's strong. Holy shit. Probably one of my favorite abilities in the game. You definitely need to get this ability. Like, you definitely need this one like A5. Like, this is probably A5, right? So it's Dazzling Fox. This is definitely kind of shit, but it's very important as well. So it makes sense why it's so high. It's like so expensive. This ability will basically make your team instantly ult in the beginning of the game every match. And even if, by the way, even if you don't have other characters, if you can actually pair her up with Yukime. What you can do is rather than even have Alpha, so it's a bit less damage. If you want to go with a PvP character, she's great. You match her with Yukime so you can like instantaneously boost your ult. She's gonna pop off so hard. But let's actually test them out now. After reviewing the fucking premium character for the Collab characters. Again, there's so much shit going on. Sadly, can't really say much about this banner. These banners are always like, you get one character guaranteed. Let me see how many times you can actually summon on this banner. 3 times only, so again, they give you 3 characters, I believe. It includes Shadowfest. What are the rates we're looking at? So yeah, they give you 1 guaranteed, so you can only get 1 of these guaranteed. What are the odds of the characters? Oh, it's just it's a 10% chance on the 10th one, so you get 3 characters pop. So a lot of Shadowfest, a lot of very interesting characters with the Beast. Very, very interesting. If you're a pay-to-win character, or a paid player, not pay-to-win, a paid player, let me know if you like this banner, that you summon on this. These are not necessarily the worst ones. Again, you guarantee 1 character for your summon, so definitely worth it. Definitely a bit better. But let's actually talk about the fat elephant in the room, and talk about Yukime Land. I'm probably gonna use her as my thumbnail. Honestly, probably gonna use Takane Louis. It's kind of like one of those things that I just got her. We're gonna see. But let's see. Holoholic. Let's see what this buff does. For each stack, raises crit rate by 10% crit damage, but it is removable. That's kind of rough. Or I don't think it's. I think that's removable. I think. Kind of interesting. Each time through Hollow Heritage grants recovers own issue by 200% when Hidden Technique is activated against Holoholic himself for 60 seconds. There, hold on a second. Alright. Back to business. Apologies for the random intermissionary cut. I was getting some water because my throat was starting to dehydrate from the long talking. But setting that aside, let's actually check her out again. Lowers defense by 30%, 50% if elemental, obviously, the second one. That's kind of okay. Single target ultimate. Raises an attack by 50%, 30%. Also shields damage by 100% of skills. Further grants 2 Holoholic. I'm drunk. Drunk idle. Love it. Daifuku to me. Inflicts flurries. Target is unable to move for a duration. Damage received by increasing by 10%. That's kind of strong. Inflicts 5 hits on all enemies. That's kind of well. That's kind of strong actually. Holy shit. Ooh, okay. It's kind of strong, honestly. It's kind of it though. What the fuck? Each time Holoholic is granted increases by 1 second, raises own damage inflicted by 10% for 60 seconds, also raises speed by 10%, further raises poison resist by 20% for 60 seconds, so also raises hit me by 20,000 permanently. Okay. Well, I'm fascinated. Now, let me actually try it out, because Holoholic, so she's an alcoholic. Holoholic. I don't think anybody else has, every single character, every single person, right, has different skills and different entirely things. I just got her. Kind of eh. Anything Holoholic related? Guess we got our own SS plus gear. That's not bad. Well, it's actually time for us to test something, right? So, given the fact of everything I've learned, I do believe we can kind of sum it up in a couple of things. She has very, honestly, insane damage potential. With the biggest thing is she needs to be able to get her awakening. her awakening on her special ability, which I believe is probably going to be a 5. Yeah. So it's an expensive. I'll say this as that's an expensive bitch to level up. And I don't mean it too hard. The person directly. I mean the design on that. That's expensive as hell. Holy shit. Is it worth it? Maybe. Honestly, maybe. But I am gonna be so for real. That is super expensive. Holy shit. We're gonna go to the training center and we're actually gonna test a couple of characters out in here. So obviously, one of the first things that we're going to be testing out is kind of like the standard characters that we have. I do believe it's going to go like this. You can probably try like this, all right? We need it to be a yellow elemental. So we're going to see how we do in here, right? Again, as always, let me know what shots out below. Am I doing this wrong? Whatever, it is what it is. We're gonna set this on 1 speed. Actually, no, let's go to 2x speed. We're gonna do what we did before. We don't actually. She's kind of doing kind of mediocre damage, so it is what it is. We actually want Delta kind of doing damage. It's really strong. Right off the bat, really good damage. Alright, popped it off again. Healing, that thing. Raises combo damage speed than that. Perfect combo right there, actually. Actually, perfect combo. We're gonna ult with Delta. Because she, again, gets her ultimate really fast and deals like a ton of damage with her. Pop that. We want this. On that. And this, and that, and this. We're gonna pop this one. Actually, it doesn't really do much like damage-wise, so we're gonna just pop it off. And then this one. Actually, if anything, it would probably be better to do this one first and then this one. I think it's damage cap, so it doesn't really matter. Pop that one. Pop this one. Pop this one. Pop that one. Pop this one and this one. Okay, Delta's like, in my opinion, again, very, very like normal standard damage kind of play. Pop this one. Pop this one. This one. Then this one. Then this one. And then this one. And then Delta ultimate. And the reason we're doing this is kind of to get a base of how much damage we're actually going to be able to do. I think that was 5.4 million damage, I believe. So that's kind of like the base damage we get. I didn't manage to do that fast, but then we're going to change. Again, we do have this kind of like extra damage reduction, but it doesn't really do much for me, at least damage-wise. But then we're going to test. Can we not actually test them? Oh, that's kind of strong. Oh, they're not letting me test them. That's kind of whack. What the hell? Really? I guess the testing period for Bunnygirls kind of went out the window. That's kind of strong, I guess. Well, in practice, it should have been looking like... She's definitely strong. She's definitely really good. I'm very sad that I actually can't test them out. That's kind of sad. Probably should have tested them out a little bit earlier, but again, wasn't expecting that one. That's kind of sad to know, but I guess we're going to be testing them out at least this time around. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap these characters out. Actually, let me put this into one of my presets, because I would like to... We're going to register this one. I think we're probably going to register this over this one. close. So we're gonna do a blue character run only, right? So again, my blue team is not still like the strongest. Delta's probably among my strongest characters, but again, not super crazy. I think what we can do, kind of just gonna like have like a base thing. We're gonna use these characters out, confirm it, then let's swap out for a red elemental, and we can test it out like that. All right. I think for me personally, the best thing to kind of really swap out would be Beatrix, because she's kind of like my weakest link in the party. Honestly, kind of like a better backline support would probably be very like beneficial, but at this point, I'm not really looking for anything. But again, kind of just testing like the basis. Well, what we're looking at damage-wise, damage increases. What are we looking at, right? We're gonna be running this at 2x speed, of course. And I'm gonna double check what Nue has. Let me see. Cancel set some elements on blue elemental, so that's kind of whatever. Recovers allies is kind of okay. She will do more damage later on, but for now we're gonna do this, this, and then this. She needs at least like 20 to 30 seconds to really get going, but after that she's gonna do like tons and tons of damage. If anything, I think the biggest thing you'd want for this team specifically is a better frontline tank, as well as kind of like a crit booster. But probably the most beneficial thing out of the entire thing. I think this is probably enough for her to actually do like tons of damage, Delta specifically. Yeah, it's starting to get it's starting to be filled up. Right, pop that up. Just kind of a little bit of shield. Really doesn't do much of anything. Pop this one so we can like get another ult charge on that one. Pop this one, pop this one, pop that one, this one, and this one. And then Delta should be doing like tons and tons of damage now. Yeah, it's starting to get up there. Again, Alexia does a lot of damage in a row, but she needs. I do believe, honestly, having a crit booster in the party would probably be the most beneficial thing ever. And I do believe that Yami character actually does pretty decent job at that. You see? Yeah, decent damage. Delta always kind of carries over because she kind of really, I'm not sure like the best strong, but her skills really good, and that's without any crit at all. I believe that Alexia kind of boosts herself up in crit, but from my understanding, this character is actually decent at that. Let's see. Let's read it out what it is. Against Alcoholic himself, I think that she may have higher potential kind of inflicting other stuff. Racist point. Racist crit rate by 10% for each stack. Racist crit damage by 50%. Honestly, might be better off with somebody else, honestly, kind of like the backline. With the new SS Plus gear for Momo for Nene, for her, she might actually be better off with kind of swapping it, even from my in-slot. Yeah, because I believe she grants this, necklace, or kind of whatever. I believe for this, right? It raises every 10 seconds after start of battle, raises damage received by 10% by this much. Then raises crit rate by all allies, so I think she's actually better. She's kind of like a better swap-in for a new. But I'm kind of questioning what else perspective-wise she has. Because my new can actually remove debuffs, which is kind of like the biggest thing in the game. It's not bad. It definitely will not, if we swap out New, she's gonna do like shit ton more damage, but let's actually test out how she does, because I believe she has like very stupidly high potential of damage. Without anything, by the way. Nothing, she's gonna do like very hard damage. She also freezes the enemy, so she doesn't. They will like basically not lie to anything. We're gonna pop this one, and then this one should do like a bit of damage. I think the kit for her. Whoa, that's a lot of damage actually. Wait a second. Let's see what racist stun resist, racist bleed resist, hidden technique, poison limit. Oh, what? Wait, does she count as an elf? Wait. No way. Did they actually count her as an elf? Dude, if that's the case, that's actually crazy. Because I believe she only grants bleed resistance and resist to elves. Dude, that's actually crazy. That's actually really good. Yeah, that means that she actually is gonna be like very resistant to anything, pretty much. That's actually really good damage here. And she's also like increasing her crit chance by like is that 40% right now? Pop that off. Pop this, and then this. And then let's watch her actually ult. That's crazy damage, by the way. I didn't finish it because my brain just clicked it instantly. She did so much damage. Yeah, she got like instantly hard damage. Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude. Holy. Wait, let me pause this. Yeah, she outdid Delta by like double. She actually does. Without any real support, by the way, she does damage. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, honestly, by herself, she's actually strong as fuck. She's stronger than Alexia by like a margin of a mile. Again, Alexia can have some like strong potential, but the problem with her stuff is that she does not provide any like true like insane like self boosting potential, which is probably an issue on my part realistically, rather than her fault. We're gonna sub this out, confirm, and then we're gonna put her in there, put her in, pop in there, and we're gonna actually take out new, and then we're gonna put momo. Because, again, the new SS Plus gear that she got will make everybody here like hit like a fucking dump truck. I'm not gonna lie to you. She's strong as fuck. That boost that she kind of gives is really strong. Basically, make everybody crit after like 3 or 4 turns. Not early on. They recover Silas, so I think from the get-go, she's actually going to be like really strong. Oh my god! What does she do? Recovers further grand stab. We're going to do that one. Ooh, that's interesting. It's really fast here. And from now on, I believe Delta's probably going to hit like even harder. Yeah. Pop that one. Pop this 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 one, and this one. $1.3 million? Yeah, again, Delta's kind of just like at this point she's kind of like getting blocked by the damage cap. That's kind of like the issue with having just one hit. 399,000. Hard 1 million. Or pop this one. Kind of like one last hit for posterity's sake. I want to see how hard Delta hits just on this one combo. 298,000 without any build-up. 399,000. Dude, instant damage cap for everybody. That's crazy fucking numbers. Dude, I'm telling you. I am telling you so much. Momo is correct. Actually, truly correct. Because she was instantly clowning on everybody else, but as soon as she got dropped in, she boosts everybody up to a mile. I think the thing with Delta is she deals so much damage, but she gets absolutely fucked by her ultimate. She's absolutely fucked by her ultimate. If she could crit, which Momo's actually super cracked, she could deal some fuck you damage. That thing made us go from like 4 million with like without a good support to 12 fucking million. That's crazy worth. The supports in the backline do more if they're like crit damage boosting. So honestly, Momo's probably more worth it than Yukime Lami. So Momo is correct. Momo with the SS Plus gear is correct on because I knew she like I read her passive and like, holy shit, dude. They're coming out swinging with this SS Plus gears. Holy shit. Honestly, fantastic collab revivals. These are actual revivals everybody wanted. Momo is great now. She was okay before. She is correct now. God damn. I don't, because I'll tell you something, right? If you got, there's like best in slot different characters. We've gotten, I believe, high school Ada. I was kind of like, okay, it's fine. I believe she can probably still kind of like do different stuff with like kind of like the mix-ups. But again, Yukime Lami doesn't have too much to her kit. Her kit is really good on her own. She will outdeal anybody. If you're just looking for a character to carry your entire team, this is the character. But if you're looking for somebody to boost your party that's already strong to the next level, honestly, Momo's not too bad. It's really good. Honestly, better than most of the standard characters you get right now on support backline. That's actually strong. Like, really stupidly strong. And there's really not many. We obviously have these characters. I think, honestly, Cherry might be like my replacement for Nu. Because I do think, yeah. Maybe not so much. Problem is, like, she doesn't do much. She's okay. She's kind of like if you don't have anybody, she's not bad with her SS plus here. She's okay. There's definitely, I think, in my opinion, probably better characters, but not her. She's kind of okay. I wanted to kind of test her out, but she's kind of bland. Definitely might as well use Beta at that point, or that free Cherry. This is better. This is definitely better if your party's absolutely cooked. But yeah, no. Out of the free stuff that we've gotten, I think she's not the worst. Definitely have come out swinging with Momo. Honestly, probably one of the best blue characters in the game. Probably top 3 supports, period. At the very least. Ada is definitely up there. I think the collab characters have gotten like really strong support backline, especially with their rivals this time around. She's really strong, actually really stupidly strong. I was kind of surprised by her being in there where she's at. I just got Takane Louis. I don't know exactly how her kit's gonna work, but it looked to be just again like kind of like the secondary support. Yeah, she at sort of way raises on crit rate by 50%. Also grants overdrive crit rate, so when she gets higher than 50% crit rate, or the 100% crit rate, she gets an extra 30% crit damage. Further raises speed, so she's really fast. Raises crit rate, on crit rate. When she ults by 50%, lowers defense of enemies, and further inflicts an extra 300% damage. So her ult gets another hit on that. So we get her A5 or whatever it takes for Hawkeye. She actually will hit a total of 8 times, which is kind of strong, to be honest with you. Especially since you only need her A2. That's kind of not bad. Honestly, pretty good. She actually has really good total hit damage potential. She probably has more total hits in the game, period. So that's really good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I think this is where I'm going to leave it for now. I will be testing, I think on my own time, because I actually do have access to her directly. So I will be testing Takane Louis on my own time, just to see how good she is, just by standards. Because, again, I could use her. Lepless Darkness is strong. She doesn't have any SS plus here. I believe we've talked about her before. Her kit is good. Again, the problem with her is that she is kind of like a cheaper version of Rem now. Because Rem was like actually what I wanted Lepless Darkness to be. She's really fun, but she only can basically ult like 3 times in like the entire match, which is cool and all, but it's not really what I'm really thinking of looking at. And she, like her kits, like also her ultimates are kind of like locked behind, like really just like her kit being like really hard locked. But the SS plus character weapon revivals made Momo probably one of the best supports in the game, in my opinion. Better than my new. She has insane potential to basically triple your damage output instantly. So if there's anybody you're looking forward to, like really just spending some stuff in, definitely go for Momo. If you already got her, congrats! I saw somebody posted. I got Takane Louis, which I think is really cool from a single pull. You all saw it in the beginning of the thing. Hopefully this was interesting. Again, don't mean to like rant too much because this video is already fairly long on its own. I do believe I have her weapon, so I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, Louis Tomo. Yeah, because I got her stuff. Like, so we're fine. We're fine. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what your thoughts on down below. Again, are you guys excited for these collabs? Are you guys planning on summoning? Again, as I said, she's good. She needs her A5. I'm pretty damn sure she needs her A5 because she is the second coming of whatchamacallit. She's the second coming of frontline tanker Beatrix. One of my favorite characters in the game, just because aesthetics-wise, and also because so fast she like basically makes characters get their ultimate. She's strong, she's fine. She carried me through most of the game. But if you're like, let me know what your thoughts are again. Are you interested in this banner's collabs-wise? Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one, and stay solid. Bye-bye.